Today's conversation is with Tanya Eiland, owner of Pop the Cork Wine Tours, an award-winning experience that has been recognized as one of the top 10 wine tours in the nation by USA Today and featured in the New York Times and The Daily Show. But what makes this story so powerful isn't just the accolades, it's the journey. From growing up in Compton, California, to a life-changing summer in Italy at 17 that introduced her to the world of wine, LaTanya's path is one of curiosity, culture, and expansion. Now, with over 20 years in the wine tour industry and approaching 70, y'all can't believe she's 70 years old. Do you see her? Is she gonna give us the secrets? We got you covered. She gonna give us the secrets. She and her husband have built a business rooted in experience, connection, and discovery, bringing people together to explore the beauty of Georgia's wine country in a way that feels both elevated and deeply personal. LaTanya, welcome to the Zen Effect Show. Let's cheers to that. You being on the Zen Effect Show, LaTanya.
Cheers.
Yes, cheers. Oh, this is okay, could you tell us about these wines?
Yes, absolutely.
These are fantastic.
So we have two wines here today.
Yes, I'll hold them up.
Okay, the one that you are drinking is a dessert wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Eau Bleu, and it's from Currahee Vineyards, and that's up in Toccoa, Georgia.
Okay.
And it's one of the vineyards that we do visit on our tour.
Okay.
And they do specialize in a lot of fruit wines. So this is with blueberries, so it's very good antioxidant for you.
This tastes delicious. Like I
Yes.
can taste the blueberry.
Right.
This is
right.
fantastic. Okay,
Yes.
so we have this Old Blue. Okay, we love that. One of Georgia's finest. And then we have this wine right here.
So this one is Contentment, and it's a blend of red wine. So this is on the drier side. I really enjoy a good red wine with some blends of like some Cabernet Sauvignon, like
Yes.
Cabernet Franc, may have a little Petit Verdot in it, but really good. And this is a reserve wine. So a reserve wine, when a winemaker is saying that, or a winery owner, is like the top of the line, something that they are really putting their stamp on it.
I absolutely love this. Okay, these are fantastic. There we go. Thank you so much for sharing. First of all, thank you for bringing the wines.
Oh,
And thank you so much for sharing the lovely information that you did. I got to ask you,
yes.
is wine your secret to you just staying so? I mean, you are absolutely radiant.
Thank you.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
When she said she was 70, I said, you ain't got to lie. I don't know why you would want to say, but you don't have to lie. Would you say it's wine? Like, I know resveratrol is in wine.
Yeah. So I would say a few things.
Okay.
Definitely from this standpoint of wine,
Mhm.
I would say it relaxes me. You know, so take care of yourself. But it's not just that. I mean, you need to exercise, keep moving, eat healthy. You know, you do falter every now and then. But I think wine, not only that, it's a good social thing for me. I love to share it with others and good conversation and just having a
Yeah.
good time. And like with our wine tours, we go up to the North Georgia mountains. Beautiful scenery, get away from the city.
Okay.
And to me, that's like taking care of yourself.
I love that. I love that. Give us one secret, just one secret that you utilize in your everyday life, something that you truly live by, that you know is a part of you just preserving yourself so well. Like what's something that you said relaxes you. So what I'm hearing is stress less.
Correct.
Find something
And
that
being
relaxes
positive.
you.
You know, so I mean, I really say that I'm a positive person.
Yeah.
But what I found, you can be around some negativity.
Yeah, come on, somebody.
And so you have to make a decision. Do I want this in my space
Yes.
or not?
Yes.
So I think that's another part of it too.
Yes.
How do I keep myself grounded,
Yes.
positive, happy? It's not going to always be like that. We have ups and downs, you know.
We do.
But how do you maintain that sense of peace?
I can tell you do that very well. I can tell that by your personality. If something is not in alignment with you,
Right.
you will let that go easily. You don't
Right.
even think twice because you're like, you
Hmm.
prioritize your peace. Have
Correct.
you always been that way?
Yeah, I've actually growing up, I was really on the quiet side.
Really?
Yes, people do not believe that, but I was really on
Wow.
the quiet
We're getting
side.
all types of surprises today.
So, I mean, I'm really outgoing. I think I'm an extrovert now, but I struggled growing up just to be like part of it. But I think I was always in situations where I pushed myself to be. And, I had very, very supportive parents that just taught me you can do what you want to do. And so to have that confidence and just know you can do that. I've tried a lot of different things and I'm a risk taker. So I think that's important also.
Look, I agree with
Hmm.
that. I totally agree with that. And
Hmm.
especially because where you are today
Yes.
in your life. So I had no idea that North Georgia had a wine country. I'm
Correct.
familiar with Napa Valley.
Hmm.
You are as well because you came from California.
Right.
You did tours in Napa. Temecula.
Yes.
She has been to all of the top wine countries, but I didn't know North Georgia had a wine country, which is more so of a reason why I got to go on one of your
You
tours.
must. You
Could you please
must.
tell us about North Georgia's wine country?
Absolutely. So I ended up here from California in 2013,
Okay.
and I was in corporate America working with AT&T, and they moved headquarters to Atlanta. So at that point, my husband and we thought about it, and I said, let's go there for a couple years. I'll retire, and we'll come back to California. Well, we got here, and he is from Memphis, Tennessee, so he loves the South.
Yeah.
So he says, "Oh, we're not going back." I'm like, "Whoa."
You're like, oh, hold it.
So I felt I got
I
trapped in
signed up
Jordan.
for you, but
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for that decision. Wait, sir.
So I felt, okay, well, let's make the most of it. Well, in the meantime, wherever I go in the world, we love to travel the world. My first thing is, where's wine country? Because I need to go taste some wine at some vineyards and see what they
Yes.
have going. And so I would ask people, and they would just name one or two places. And I ended up on a tour one time. It was like this special weekend. And they were going to different venues. And I started exploring, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's this whole wine country an hour and a half away from Atlanta.
Wow.
And so many people didn't know about it. So we decided the last year that I was working, before I retired, we started the business part time. And so I knew this would be our after retirement gig. And this is what we've been doing now. March last month was 11 years here. Yeah, and it has grown. We started with one vehicle. My husband would drive. I was a tour guide, and that was fun because I was able to drink all the time.
Yes.
Taste the wine with the
Ideal
customers.
job. Do what you love.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
the second year we added another vehicle because we had more customers. Well, then now I'm driving, but it was so good to just be with the customers. I love to entertain, uh, food pairing. I mean, just the whole thing. So this was a great thing, not just for sharing this with others, but for us too.
I
So
love
it was,
this.
yeah,
I
so it's so
love
much
this.
fun.
So you've had an incredible journey, but it all started with one trip to Italy. You were 17?
17 years old.
17
Hmm.
that your grandma provided for you, which the
Yes.
coolest grandma in the world. My
Yes.
grandma's cool too, but my grandma would never done anything like that. I wish. That's like just so cool
Right.
to do that. A moment that completely expanded your world. When you look back,
Hmm.
what did that experience awaken in you? And how did it shape the life that you've built today?
Yes. So it was a work study group, work study. So we
It's
were,
the best
we
work
were,
study group you could be on. Italy. Come on,
we were
somebody.
chaperoned. And so we went on this tour. We went to several different, places. We went to Rome. We went to Venice. We went to, I mean, just all over. But when we got to the wine country, that is where I just was so fascinated. These slopes of vineyards. I'd never seen this.
Slopes of
Slopes,
vineyards?
because slopes.
Wow.
Normally vines are planted on a slope so the water can run off and not, drain too much in the roots of the
Oh, okay.
vines.
Okay.
And just to see the beauty of that and being out in nature and, and in European countries, they pair their wine with meals. So their children are, having a little sip with their dinner, and it's just a whole different lifestyle. Different lifestyle. The other impact was being in Italy. We arrived at like about 2 in the afternoon, getting to our hotel. The whole city, we were in Rome, had shut down because they all go home for supper. They have an early supper,
Yeah.
and then they open their businesses back up. It's about 6 p.m. and stay open another 2 or 3 hours. So that was a whole lifestyle change that I was quite fascinated with. And just being there, and just, I looked around it and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's people of color over here. My first time being out of, the United
Yeah.
States. And that's something just told me right then, you can go anywhere you want to. You can be what you want to. I mean, just push forward and do it. Yeah.
Did you notice too, with being in Italy, with what you just stated, is there a greater sense of community?
Absolutely. So family oriented, and just,
Mm.
people, they just have a whole different lifestyle. They're went on a cooking class. Mama Lydia, I'll never forget her. Big, strong arms, and she taught us how to make pasta. She had been making pasta since she was 8 years old to supplement the family. And here she was in her 50s, and she was still making that pasta.
Wow. Oh, but
But I
her
mean,
pasta was
oh
fantastic.
yeah, but just
Making it for that long.
yeah, but
Yeah.
just to have that type of experience, it was so different. They're eating fresh.
Yeah.
Like they're going to the market, they're going to the
Yeah.
farmer's market, they're going to get their fresh bread, their cheeses, everything pretty much every day, every other day. It's not all this preservatives and all this stuff. It's just totally eye opening.
And you had mentioned, because we were having conversation with what you just mentioned about
Right.
the children, like even at 8 years old,
Yes.
drinking wine. And we're not promoting,
No.
drinking wine for children, but I really want y'all to keep your mind open around this, because this is what the
Hmm.
Zen Effect Show is all about, giving you another perspective. You were saying because of that, because just how families do with like juice or milk
Yes.
that your child would have with their dinner, they just have some wine
And they're pairing it with the food.
and they're
So
pairing it with the
not to get
food.
drunk or
Yeah,
not to,
yeah.
overindulge.
And
Yeah.
how the way they see
Mm-hmm.
wine
Mm-hmm.
is different. They're not, when they get to be 21 years of age, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
not sitting up here, because in America, we very much posture it around, oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
21, you can drink, celebrate, party, party, party.
Right, right.
No.
No.
So they're not
Mm-mm.
really having a lot of those, I guess you would say, issues,
Right.
because they're teaching them what it is at a young age.
Correct. That's correct.
That's
Mm-hmm.
fantastic.
Yes.
That is just absolutely amazing. It's just so amazing to me in different
Mm-hmm.
parts of the world. And there's so much that
Mm-hmm.
America can take, like notes that we can take from other parts of the world.
Right,
And
right.
I feel like there's more notes that we can take than they can really take from us right now.
Correct. Correct. And their lifestyles, it's like, well, of course, everybody's going to have stress and issues and the whole
Yeah.
thing. But to shut down during that period of time, that's like in Mexico, siesta time. Everybody like relaxes, then they come back, they're rejuvenated and open businesses and fun things later in the day.
And they relax. And we're so
Yes.
hustle, bustle, hustle, bustle, hustle,
Yes.
bustle all
Yes.
the time.
All
So
the
wine
time.
for you is very much like a ritual, I would say. Right? Like a skincare ritual. When I say ritual, more
Mm-hmm.
so like, you just take that time. That's your
Mm-hmm.
downtime to just relax.
Correct.
Just to
Correct.
be with self, just connect.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
And to share this with others. With the
Yes.
wine tours, it's so much fun. Yes.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
And to see, we take a lot because we, leave based outside of Atlanta, and to take people to the vineyards in the mountains, seeing these beautiful mountains, and some had never left the city, and they're just in awe. And one of our strengths with our business is repeat customers. I have one
Fantastic.
customer, she's been with us every year for 10 years to celebrate her birthday. She came like with two people. Now she brings a whole van full, and it's just a lot of fun.
And what I have not been on a wine tour ever in life.
Okay.
What does that look like? Like with Pop the Cork,
Hmm.
what's that experience like?
So it's a day trip.
Okay.
So like this morning, you cannot in wine country, they don't serve wine until 12:30 on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
So we leave at 11. We left at 11 this morning. We have multiple vans. We've grown to we have multiple drivers. So I try whenever I can, and my husband will, to go to the pickup point and meet our guests and get them off. And it's really a
I
special time.
love that.
Yeah. So we will drive up for about an hour and a half. We'll stop halfway for a restroom break, and then we head up to the first winery, a structured, wine tasting, how to properly taste the wine. And after that, it's followed by a delicious lunch. We have a chef up in the area
Oh,
that provides the lunch. And then from there, we go, and then we have time for photos and the whole thing. Then we go to the second winery and then the third. So by the end of the day, like in the morning, I love to take the before pictures because everybody's real quiet if they're never been. By the end of the day, if they're on a public tour, they're exchanging numbers and they're friendly and just having a ball. And then we support the wineries. So the best compliment is if you like their wine to take some to go home. So it's a lot of fun.
I love this. Gosh, what a beautiful life that y'all are truly living.
Yes.
Because you're doing this, which with it's something you love, number one,
Yes.
and you're doing something that you love that it supports you both,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But then you're also supporting those wineries
Yes.
in North Georgia, like you said, because you didn't even know about them at a time, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Introducing people. We have a wine country here
Right
as
here.
well, and then you're supporting those individuals that are on your tours
Yes.
in connection.
And we're keeping them safe. We're doing the driving.
Okay.
My husband Chuck, he likes to say we drive them to drink,
Like we dropped it to.
but
He got great personality. I like it.
but we're providing a safe haven where they can have a good time, relax, and we have that hour and a half drive back. We keep them hydrated during the day, so we make sure
Yes.
they're eating, they're drinking water, they're having a good time before we get back.
That is so rewarding.
It is. It really is.
And I want to thank you and your husband for what you're putting into the world,
Thank
what
you.
you're putting into the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because what comes up for me around it is, the wine, coming from the grapes, the vineyard,
Right.
and how much you're supporting that.
Yeah.
Like how you're really supporting the earth,
Mm-hmm.
supporting our livelihoods.
Right. Right.
That is just so beautiful. I'm so impressed by Latanya. I really am. From Compton to California, wine country, to now building a nationally recognized tour experience in Georgia. Your story is one of reinvention. What does it take to continuously evolve and build something meaningful across different seasons of life? Yeah, please give us that secret.
Yeah. First of all, start with the passion. It doesn't have to be wine. It could be whatever. What is your passion? And making sure, because if you're doing something you love, you're going to pour your all into it.
Yes, you are.
You really are. And you just have to make that commitment. And I mean, we're running a business, so it's not like, oh, yeah, we just go and we taste wine. And, I mean, there's a lot of behind the scenes that's going on.
That people don't see.
They don't see. And, the first few years, like when we did wine tours in California part-time, because we were both still in corporate, it was no big deal. You set it up, you go. We didn't have our own vehicles. We rented buses, but that got up to be 150 people at a time too. But when we came here, the first few years, it was like, you're doing everything. You're doing payroll. You're doing scheduling. You're doing answering the calls. You're responding to emails and the whole thing. So after a few years, and we're well into it, the business has grown very successfully. I said, we need a team, because if you get bogged down in too much other stuff, you're not as happy with your business. I found someone for payroll. We have an assistant. She takes care of the phone calls and respond. They love her. I mean, it's just, I have one of our drivers who's been with me, for many, many years. In fact, I had brought him out from California.
Really?
In the corporate America. He loved it so much, he stayed. He knew nothing about wine. Wow. He has delved into this, and he's been with us driving for 11 years now. He's my scheduler. He takes care of all of the schedules. He coordinates it with the winery. So this frees us up to do what we really love to do. And that's like, meeting our guests, entertaining, sharing wine. Wineries are calling us all the time to get on our circuit, so we're vetting them because when we first decided to do the business, we took one whole year, and every weekend, it was the best year. Every weekend, we would go and visit different wineries.
Oh, how fun is that?
How's that fun? Taste their wine.
So much fun.
Yeah, see
Yes.
what they had to offer. We decided who we were going to do business with because we bring a lot of money to that economy up there.
Yeah.
I want my, our customers to feel safe. They're going to have a good time. They're going to learn something, and they're going to remember Pop the Cork wine tours, and they're going to come back for more.
So your business truly is so supportive to wine country in North Georgia. I would love for you to just expand on that because you're literally introducing people, you're even people who know about the wine country North Georgia, you're introducing them to the different wineries, to the different vineyards that are there. So I would love for you to just expand on that.
Yes.
That's be so rewarding.
Yes, it is so rewarding. And we, over a month period, we take several hundred people to wine country.
Several hundred?
Yes, we operate daily.
Wow.
Yes. Of course, our bigger tours are Saturday, Sunday, Fridays.
Yeah.
But we will operate every day of the week. Wow. And we have a lot of people that they want to do just like an intimate tour. Maybe it's an anniversary or something. So we have something.
Oh, so you do that for like couples?
Yes.
Oh,
we do
fun.
couples. We have our public tours. We have group tours. So we have it all.
For
Something
everybody. Do you
Yes.
ever have like work tours?
Oh, yes. We do a lot of corporate work.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I have a lot of corporate team building.
Yes, team. Look, that's the kind of company. Look, so many people stressed in corporate. Get with a company that'll take you on Pop the Cork wine tours. Seriously.
Yeah.
The Zen Effect Show is more than a show. It's a global conversation about how we live, grow, expand, and connect. Broadcasted across 80 plus countries through WBNC Radio and WJWR in Chicago, and replayed on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast, this platform brings together thought leaders, advocates, wellness experts, cultural voices, and everyday people navigating life's highs and hits. This is where real conversations happen and where conscious brands meet conscious audiences. My audience, they don't just consume content. No, they engage with it. They listen for transformation. They share what resonates, and they support brands that align with their values. In today's landscape, audiences can feel when something is authentic and when it isn't. The Zen Effect Show was built on truth, reflection, and real connection. Each episode creates space for conversations around wellness, relationships, personal evolution, community dialogue, advocacy, cultural wellness, and the emotional realities of navigating modern life. Brands who partner with this platform are not just placing an advertisement. They're becoming part of a larger conversation that actually matters. Our brand partners receive more than exposure. They receive international integration into a trusted space, partnership opportunities that include featured sponsored segments within episodes, brand storytelling moments that align naturally with conversations, cross-platform promotion on radio, podcast platforms, and social media, audience engagement through authentic dialogue, collaborative campaigns that amplify both the brand and the message. Because here, sponsorship is not an interruption, it's integration with purpose. When brands align with the Zen Effect Show, they connect with an audience that values wellness and self-care, community building, emotional intelligence, personal growth, cultural and social impact. These are listeners who invest in brands that reflect their values, brands that help them live better, think better, and move through life more intentionally. That's the power of conscious partnership. If your brand believes in authentic connection, meaningful storytelling, wellness, and human growth, community impact, and conscious media, then we invite you to partner with us. Because when brands and conversations align, impact expands. To explore partnership opportunities here at the Zen Effect Show, connect with us to learn about those opportunities. Let's create something meaningful together because the conversations shaping people's lives deserve partners who believe in the same vision. This is the Zen Effect Show, where we shape the soul, shift the world, and come home to our power. And with the aligned partners, the impact only grows. Visit my website, www.thezeneffectco.com. Oh, Atlanta has so much to offer when it comes to spots, flavors, and experiences. If you're looking to really know where to go, who to trust, and what to taste, you've got to follow Atlanta Eats. This is the one we all love and trust. Atlanta Eats isn't just throwing out random recommendations, you all. He's a reliable source, giving his perspective with credibility, knowledge, and that honest eye that we all respect. And the best part, from time to time, you might even catch him exploring other cities, sharing those hidden gems too. Atlanta Eats isn't just showcasing the best in the city and beyond. He's elevating, expanding their reach, and helping them scale their vision with real impact by boosting restaurants, amplifying brands, and creating the kind of visibility that actually moves the needle. From the hottest spots to the hidden gems in Atlanta and all over the U.S., Atlanta Eats has got you covered. Follow Atlanta Eats, that is Antlanta Eats, Eats with an S, on Instagram and TikTok to tap in. That gives excellent morale.
Yes.
Yes.
Our largest one that we've done so far was a group of 400.
At
And
once?
they covered it over 2 weeks. So 200 one week and 200 the next week.
Wow.
And what we did, it was a group of people that had retired and they have these very expensive motorhomes.
Yes.
And I didn't know this was a whole big thing. They have a company that organizes places they go every month. So this particular time, they came to North Georgia. This company set them up with their, their campgrounds and everything. We picked them up. I had rented buses, and we took them on wine tours. We had one set it up for dinner. It was just amazing. Wow! But we do a lot of corporate and a lot of other things. Yeah.
This is absolutely fantastic. And in order to do that, it's necessary to have a team.
Yes.
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 Tell us about, because that's so intimidating for entrepreneurs, for them to step out of the do everything
Yes.
to delegate, because then you have to trust other people. And let's be honest, other people, they don't have your vision, right?
Correct.
And you also don't know why they're there. It could be, to have a job, literally just to have a
Yes,
job.
yes.
They could be passionate, right, about what you're doing, about the wine tours. They could not be passionate. It could be a stepping. You never know what people's intentions are.
Right.
So how was that process for you?
So in the beginning, it was very hard to let go. But then it was very hard for me to continue operating the way my husband and I were. We're driving, we're doing everything for the business.
Gosh,
We're
that's a lot,
scheduling, we're
yeah.
doing all of this. So a few things that we did. First of all, I have a scheduling booking company. So I had to let go. Of course, we have a website. Everything is self-serve. So they can go on, they can book, choose their tours, select their lunches. They can do everything online. But normally, when people have never been on a tour, they still want to call. They want to talk to somebody
Yeah.
and make sure we're okay. Or if they're doing a big group, they want to make sure, okay, what do I need to know about what we're doing here? And we work through them with that. So early on, I found out we need help. And how can you offload this? But it was so hard. So I was able to get an assistant, and I drug my feet forever on that one
I
because,
believe because you're literally giving, I mean, you're
yes,
turning over information, you're handing the baton when it comes to all the
yes,
administrative, and that's difficult and
yes,
operational. That's, ooh.
yeah. And before that, I had we had someone that gathers and does all the payroll because we started to expand. We have multiple vans, we have multiple drivers, and
Yeah.
then they have different scheduling things. So one of our senior drivers, he's been with us for many years, and actually we worked in corporate,
Really?
yes, in California. I brought him out here while we were still in corporate, and
Yes.
after the company was sold off, he loved it so much in Georgia, he
That
stayed.
he just
He
stayed.
stayed. So he handles all of my scheduling. He schedules with the wineries. He schedules with, everything that we need on that end. So I still needed this assistant. And then I'm like, oh, and so my person who I worked with for many years in California, she still gathers all of my payroll. She was in our
Yes.
HR
Yes.
department. So she gathers all of that. And she turns that over. I still do my own payroll. I'm not letting that go.
Yeah, I don't blame.
I
I don't
still,
blame you there.
when it comes to the
I don't
money, I'm
blame.
handling.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
handling
my
that.
money. I'm handling my money.
If I
1,000.
make
Let's
a
cheers to
mistake,
that.
then
We're gonna cheers to that. Yes, yes.
cheers.
Because if someone look, more money, I say less problems, and even more less problems when you're handling your own.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, so it was to the point where my friend that handles the HR, she even had a job description, and we were about to post it. And I never forget, it was a Monday, and she said, "Okay, we're gonna have to do it." Then I was like, "But I really want somebody that's close by." And now I'm
Yeah,
gonna get all these resumes, and now that's a whole nother level.
that's a whole nother full-time job itself.
Yes,
Yes.
I received a call from one of my customers. And she told me, she says, I came on your tour for my 50th birthday with a group, and I remember calling you, and you didn't call me back until the next day. And I was apologizing because I like to, have immediate
Yeah.
response. And I was just rambling. I am so sorry. I need an assistant, just rambling. And she remembered that. And it was about a year later when she called. She called on that day that we're
Yeah.
about to post this job. And she said, "Are you still looking for someone?" I said, "I am." And so she says, I said, "Where do you live?" She lives like 15 minutes from me.
Oh,
And then I said, I
godsend.
said, "We need to meet."
Yeah.
And I said, "You like Mexican food?" I love Mexican
I
food.
love Mexican
I'm
food too. It's
Taco
my
Tuesday
favorite.
yes.
Yes.
She says, "I love Mexican food." We met, and it was just, oh my goodness, and we clicked. She's been with us now 3 years, maybe going on 4 now. No, she's been with us 4 years, going on 5 next year. And everyone loves her. In fact, a lot of times in the mornings, if I'm not going on tour and I go to meet my guests, "Are you Jay Campbell, who's my assistant?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, she's in the bed. She's Saturday morning." I said, "I'm," but I mean, she's really brought a lot of positive thoughts to our group, and we're in good hands when Jay's taking care of, and she making sure is everything. Our scheduler, who is Jerome Wilson, who's been with us, he's also a driver. He knew nothing about wine. He has just embraced learning about wine, and he just loves it. So he's with us, and we love that. Debbie, who handles our HR. So we have our little team and our drivers. And what's so special about all of our team,
Mhm.
every driver that has come to us has been a referral from someone else on our team. I tried one time just to go outside and it didn't work out. So we are one big happy family. So,
Wow.
yes. So I love it. And we have our ups and downs, but we're family, so we have each other's back, and it's wonderful.
Gosh, this is just full circle. Like when it comes to being an entrepreneur, this is what you want. You
Yes.
want to do something that you love, be able to support yourself financially while doing it, and also transforming other people's lives.
Yes.
And you're doing that through, again, helping supporting the vineyards that are there with bringing them, people that may not have known about them, or people who knew of it, but
Mm-hmm.
this vineyard may be different to them or what have you.
Yes.
And also the lives of your staff
Yes.
that you have hired on. What advice would you give to an entrepreneur who's literally listening today and they're like, gosh, that sounds amazing. I really do need a team, but they don't even know where to start. They're crippled by fear with, oh, I got to pay this person. Oh, this, oh, that. With everything you just said, right? You're
Yes.
thinking, oh my gosh, the resumes and all the things. Where can they start? And maybe where they need to start is within themselves, with just quieting that noise.
Yes.
Maybe.
And I think that's a big hurdle for a lot of entrepreneurs. I have to pay someone. You need to realize, what is your time worth? What can you free up so that you can do the things that matter most to your business?
Yes.
Like what is that? Like with mine, it's like meeting new people, being able to socialize with them, and you want to leave lasting impressions so that you get repeat business. Like I said, that's a big thing. Something that's very satisfying. We'll be in wine country, and people will come up to me, LaTanya, I went on your tour 2 years ago, but they're visiting that winery on their own now. So that is like a real testament. They had an impact. Maybe they aren't coming back with us, but they are back and supporting that. And that is hard to capture because we never know what those numbers are,
That's very hard to capture. That's extremely hard to capture. Wow.
But don't try to be, which I did for many years. I'm probably guilty of it now. You don't have to be that superwoman or that superman.
Say it again for the people in the back. Yes.
You can be that superwoman or superman with a support system that can lift you up.
Which makes you even more super.
Yes.
Which makes you even more super.
Productive.
And productive.
Yes.
And the peace. Can you share with us how much peace that provided you? Like once it all was said and done, those people were brought on.
Yes.
You and your husband, like what did that peace look like? And I'm sure it also provided more time.
Yes.
What did that look like?
Gave us time. We can go travel. We can go home to California when we want. We can do these things. We still don't like to be away that long because, we have a big responsibility, with vans and people and things can happen.
Yeah.
So we still have that piece of it. But, I'm trying to morph into doing smaller groups around the world.
Yes.
So that's gonna be phase 2. Yes.
So it's allowing you all to have a phase 2.
Yes.
Because you've built this,
Yes.
you have the proper people in place.
Right.
Now you can't. So they're truly living the entrepreneur dream.
Yes.
This is what you want. This is exactly what you want. Like this is just absolutely fantastic. You're inspiring me so much.
Oh, thank you.
To be quite honest, because oftentimes in being an entrepreneur, you can get discouraged.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You see the vision, but you're like, gosh, when am I really going to truly see all the light at the end of the tunnel?
You have to be ready for whatever happens.
Yeah.
And being able to pivot is that we've had 2 major things happen in the business. So think about this. Business is running successfully and we're doing all this. We have all this stuff scheduled and COVID hit.
Yes. How did you all navigate
It
COVID?
shut down the business. The wineries closed. Well, everything was closed.
Everything was closed.
But what was so weird about that year, I'll never forget, the winery shut down March the 15th. And so now it's like, what do we do? We're giving refunds back to people or trying to reschedule them. It was dramatic, But when the wineries opened back up on May the 15th, people wanted to get away in their little small groups, their families, their friends, the ones that were quarantined together. And so all of our tours the rest of that year, they were all private, which is at a premium. They didn't mind paying it. They wanted to get away. Do you know, although we missed those 2 months, that was our best year up until that point?
Because it seems like you made up for those 2 months and then some
more
on top of it.
Yes.
That's
it was
fantastic.
amazing.
Wow.
And then now we're going along. Things are going good. January of this year, I have 2 weekends. Things are all planned out. This little snowstorm or whatever we had came through.
Yeah, that thing.
And up until that point, once a year we would have like ice, black ice up north, And we will not pull those vans out if it's unsafe with our, to drive with our customers. So for 2 weekends, we had to, pivot on that and just reschedule, and some wanted refunds, whatever it was. The majority wanted to reschedule. In fact, next week I'm still doing a reschedule from that.
Wow.
But that can be scary because you're like, oh my goodness, what is happening here? But you had to be prepared.
How did you stay afloat in those 2 months? Like, because 2 months for a business to be completely closed is like, were y'all just hanging on to prayer? Like, how did you? Because I'm thinking from March until May.
Yes.
That probably felt like the longest 2 months,
Yeah.
I would say.
But this is where preparation comes in.
Come on, talk about that preparation. Come on, tell us about it, Tanya.
So, I mean, we have both been in corporate America. So we have retired from companies. I know this doesn't happen anymore. I'm probably the minority now that still has a pension. We were able to do Social Security. So we had, other income coming in. But this, we still had to run the business. You're still paying for, your expenses. So always be prepared with a little nest egg. You have to do that. Or you're just running on the seat of your pants and trying to figure out, how am I going to make this happen? So
you have to stay prepared because you never know what can happen.
You never know.
And so many people, I feel like they feel it may not happen to them, or whatever narratives and stories they want to put around it.
Right.
And that's not true. That's just not the case.
Right.
That's just not the case.
But then don't let those things stop you from still pursuing your passion.
Come on.
Because if you don't pursue it, if you're not a risk taker, if you are not willing to fail, you'll never be successful.
Never.
Never.
Not even at your corporate job.
Yes.
Where you feel safe and you're really
You
not.
never know. You never know on that one.
Come on, somebody. There's a risk in everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Us, the human experience is risky.
It is.
It is. Any way
really
you look at it, whatever you decide to do,
Right.
even outside of careers and businesses,
That's
the
true.
human experience is risky. It's
Right.
literally, how do you navigate it, which is what the show is all about.
Yes.
How do you navigate it? There are ways that you can prevent things if you stay prepared. So they were fine.
Yes.
And which even made that year being one of your greatest years even more fruitful.
Yes.
Because that's amazing. That is fantastic. You're going to write a book.
I really have that on.
I would like about 10 books from you. Is that asking a lot? About 10 different books on business, relationship, aging gracefully, timeless aging, living your best life. Look, I'm coming up with titles.
But I really would like. I have a lot to share, and I would love to share that with others.
Yes. Absolutely fantastic. We need your husband writing some books too for the men, okay? With over 20 years in this industry and approaching 70, well, you are 70.
Yes.
You're still building, still creating, still leading. What keeps you inspired, and what does this season of your life teach us about passion, purpose, and longevity? You are looking at the most prime, best example of longevity. Her and her husband. I wish she had a picture of her husband. I saw it on the business card. So please, share this with us.
Yeah. Well, I think keeping yourself very active is the first thing.
Okay, because y'all are active.
Yeah,
y'all move around.
We're moving around.
They don't just sit. Okay, they are moving.
We're moving around, and it's so funny. We really hang around a lot of younger people.
Do you really?
We do.
Like now, young consider. What do y'all consider young?
So when we moved here, so our children, they're in California and Arizona. Okay. So we moved here, and we still have, friends our age and everything. But we just kind of end up having some friends, like one couple, we go with them every Taco Tuesday, every week. And they're like our children's age, or right in the late 40s. And I never look at myself as old. And my sister says, you need to recognize your age, And we were at dinner with this couple one time, and the waitress came over, and she says, oh, are these your children? That took me aback, because I'm like, our children, well, it is a big age. No, they're our friends. But I think just keeping yourself stimulated, doing things. I mean, we love to go to, events and experiences, concerts and dinners, and just, yeah.
I love that. And I love the fact that you keep yourself around people who are at a younger age.
Yes.
That's important
Yes.
because I feel that's not the case with so many.
Right.
And it creates such a gap because there's a lot of wisdom, right?
Right.
That people who are my age can learn from you. And then there's things that you all can learn from us. And that's how it's supposed to be. Because I know I want, look, I'm like, when is you and your husband and me and my love, when we going to have a nice little double date? Because y'all are just, y'all are fun. Y'all are fun. And I like to hang around a lot of people. I know I'm extroverted. I got the show and stuff, but I'm very particular who I surround myself with.
Yes.
But I could just see us all just having such a great time, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
We are all designed to experience this life together. So you tell your friend, I don't know what she's talking about. You need to recognize your age. Sorry, friend. Sorry. She does recognize her age, and that's why we all want to be like her. Yeah. Okay? Because she's doing an excellent job. She's doing this, she's doing it well. But I know you didn't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm just saying. Do you feel like we sometimes limit ourselves by age, background, or where we start? And how has your journey challenged those ideas?
Definitely. I mean, and it's fear. And I think we'll put up this protective barrier thinking we're tough and all that, but no, it's fear. And if you can get past that fear, and like I mentioned before, you're going to fail. So how do you handle that failure?
How do you handle it? That's the most important piece.
Do you get back up and try something else? But if you get back up and keep doing the same thing, keep failing, you're destroying yourself. But you have to, and I love that word pivot, you know.
Pivot.
Yes.
You got to pivot. Yes. You got to pivot. Let's speak about that word pivot. Because people hear pivot, but I feel like so many people don't understand where or how to pivot. I feel like people get so overwhelmed, and I would love to hear your experience, right? With what you've experienced with people pivoting, even your own pivots. Actually, let's start there. What are some ways that you've had to pivot in your life?
And this would be good. It kind of does a little capsule of my journey.
Yeah.
So I always felt growing up and in corporate that I was this entrepreneur stuck in corporate America. And it was fear. And I was like, you know, how do you leave? And what if you don't do this? You know, and so I stayed. But I always had something on the side. I was an entrepreneur doing whatever it was. And I think the first time I even experienced being an entrepreneur, my father was a professional painter.
Oh, fantastic.
And I could remember him taking me on jobs with him. And it blew, I never forget, it was this college, and he won the bid to paint this college, and his nephews and brothers, they all, you know, had a business, and they would go in. And I was like, oh my gosh, you can just come and talk to people and get a job, and they give you money. And I was young, and that really had a lasting impression on me. And then I can't say enough about my grandmother, but my grandmother, now think about this. This is in the early 60s. Okay. She was born in 1908. Early 60s, she was her own contractor. She bought a strip of land on Central and Imperial, prime Los Angeles location. She built a strip of land, and she built this apartment building. And just to see that, you know, and my mom, who started, she always wanted to have this hamburger stand. And in that building, she had Helen's hamburgers. And she wanted fresh hamburgers. And I mean, so I think entrepreneurship is just in our blood.
Definitely.
But I never gave up that corporate. You know, I always had that. And, you know, I probably could have done it much sooner, but I think the timing was just right for me. And
what did it take? What was it for you? Like when you made that pivot, when you're like, okay, I'm going full entrepreneurship, like what did that moment? I really want you to take us to that moment. So it's so comfortable. It's comfortable because the check consistently comes in, and sometimes it come in early because your bank account's so used to receiving it.
Right.
But what you're experiencing
Yeah, and
in
I think in
corporate is not
corporate it
comfortable.
was hard too. I mean, I was a director. I was, in
Oh wow,
leadership,
yeah.
and I think what kept me there so long, it was like, and then if I leave, I won't get those bonuses at the end of the year. Yes.
1000%.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are
One thou-
things you have to consider. So that's why
Yeah.
I said before that last year that we were building this business up on the side and then knew we could do it. We knew there was a market here. When we started the business 11 years ago, there was one other company in North Georgia. So you had to drive there and then take their tour. Then you had to drive yourself back home. And that's why I was like, ding, ding, let's take people, and do that. There's a lot of different companies that have come on board since then. And so I'm like flattered that maybe some of them took our little model, And yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. There's room for everybody. Never feel as an entrepreneur that whatever you're doing, it's overcrowded or whatever. Be unique. And I think what our thing is customer service. And I truly, truly, truly enjoy being with people. I really do. And I hope that shows. And I feel sometimes
It sure does.
I think I'm like
You're
this
definitely
people
people
magnet.
person, yeah.
It's so funny. I'll tease some of my customers and, oh my goodness, I want to be friends with you. I'm like, I can't take no more friends this month. I just can't. But I mean, I hope that shines because I feel true that, we're going to have a good time. We're going to keep you safe and you're going to learn something.
You had a safe place to land because you were building on the side.
Yes.
How do you preserve your energy with that though? Because it can be tiring.
Now, being an entrepreneur and you have to wear many hats and it does take a lot. So, my husband and I, we've been on these real powerful vitamins since 2008. And I think that sustains us too. But
Tell about these vitamins.
I know, but
I need some of
always,
these vitamins.
but always thinking about your health too,
Yes, yes.
And like I've been on this whole journey of just changing lifestyle habits on eating and the whole thing, and it just makes such a difference. They call me the Energizer Bunny because I'm always going. But when I'm resting, then I'm like crashing out. But it's important to have that drive. But what keeps that drive going? And I think if you're doing what you love and your passion, it's not hard. It's not like work. It's like, yeah. And then some people say, oh, yeah, well, you're doing this. But sometimes I'm up at 2 a.m. trying to make sure everything's going to be ready,
It's so true.
But you have to have that drive.
You have to have that drive.
Yeah. But then on the flip side, Monday morning, maybe I sleep in till when I wake up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing. I like to
Yes.
call it, you're kind of, you supplement, right? I may be burning the midnight oil or waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning today, but I automatically think, okay, I look at my schedule. When can I take a pause? When can I create that pause for myself?
You have to reset.
You've got to reset. You've got to reset. And you got to, like you said, with food, you got to fuel your body properly.
Yes.
There was a guest that I had on here, and she's the owner of the Atlanta Wellness Clinic.
Okay.
And she supported me with understanding, as busy as one is, especially if you're entrepreneur building a business and you have your corporate job, you have to fuel your body. You can't eat once or twice a day.
No.
You must fuel your body because think of all that energy that you are putting out.
Yes.
Think
yes,
of all
yes.
that energy that you are putting
Yes.
out. So how can I want to go on a tour.
Okay, let's do it.
What do I need to do? Latanya, I want to go on a tour. What do I need to do? You said everything on the website. Do I just go,
Everything is
sign
there.
up, pay, everything?
Yes. It's
Okay.
Pop the Cork Wine Tours.
Okay.
.com.
Pop
So,
the tour.
Pop the
Pop the tours. Pop the cork. Sorry. Wine tours. Okay.
.com.
.com. Okay.
Yes. And there's videos and, you can see what the experience is like.
Okay.
And you just hit book now. There's a little calendar that comes up. Go to the date you want and check it out. And I really, if it's a weekend, book in advance. I mean,
Book in advance, okay.
Yes, because we do sell out on our weekends.
Okay.
Yes,
I
yes.
love it. I love it.
Yes.
And my last question to you is this. What is your effect? What is your secret? Gosh, she has many. I can tell you 5 of them right now. But according to you, what is your effect, your secret sauce, your essence that you bring into this world?
I'm hoping I'm bringing some positivity to other people so that they can also say, hey, I don't have to be negative. I don't have to do this. What can I, give to them that makes their day better? It could just be like you're standing in line. Hey, how you doing today? People, they will open up to you. But, we're so used to just ignoring each other and not saying anything. But just a smile goes a long way. You don't even have to say anything. Just, hello, how are you? Yeah.
This has been absolutely fantastic. I want to be your friend.
Okay, let's see.
Yes.
I can take another friend.
Yes. Let's schedule. We do lunch, wine and lunch. Seriously.
Yes,
I don't say that to a lot of people, by the way.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, see, I'm flattered.
Yes, I want to be
flattered.
her friend. Because it's just, and this is, my question to y'all is, this is the energy that you want to be around. You want to be around individuals who are happy. They love life.
Yes.
You're not only just passionate about what you do, you're passionate about life.
Yes.
And I truly believe that's what the secret is.
Right.
That's the secret to longevity. That's the secret to timeless aging. Aging gracefully is being passionate about life, having that zest of life. And oftentimes we ourselves are the one we zap the zest. So my question to you is this: are you zapping your zest? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you zapping your zest? And if the answer is yes, or if you just pause for a minute, then the answer is yes. Re-listen to this episode, because the answer is here to support you in getting your zest back. And be sure that did you give your Instagram?
Pop the Cork Wine Tours.
Pop the Cork Wine Tours everywhere. Pop the Cork Wine Tours.
Yes.
Book yourself a wine tour, and I'll see you there, because I'm excited to go on this wine. I've never been on one. I feel like I'm about to get my whole entire life. It just seems like this is something that I have not done yet that can truly just be life-changing. Seriously.
Yes.
Just the way you see things. Look what it's done for LaTanya. Look what's done for her.
Oh.
Look what it's done for her.
you.
We all want to be fabulous like her and her amazing husband. Take what resonated with you today and carry it with you throughout this week. Always remember to keep your soul hydrated, your spirit fortified. Keep that wine in you. Okay? Keep that wine in you. Make sure because this is great wine, you all. This is not $2 Chuck. This is not something that you bought, no offense, at Publix, a very commercial wine. You have restored my love for wine on this episode.
Oh, good.
Because this is absolutely fabulous wine.
And these are from boutique wineries, so small production, a lot of love going into
So that's
them.
that's who I need to buy from.
Yes.
Is
yes,
boutique wineries.
Yes.
Y'all write that down, boutique wineries. If you want information, you know how to connect with her, and she can support you. Book the wine tour. You give her more information. Book the wine tour. Always remember to keep your soul hydrated, your spirit fortified. Till next Tuesday, stay elevated. Thank you so much. This has been fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, Zen.
That was excellent. Oh, I didn't want to stop talking.